Right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good crypto news stuff for you. Trump making crypto news. Stay tuned to find out why. Adam, definitely not Satoshi back. Bashing on altcoins and being a Bitcoin maximalist as usual. But first, the Bitcoin Grayscale ad, the investment ad that everybody was super psyched about. Well, actually, everybody really hates it. And so do I. I gave it about a 5 or a 6. I think I'm going to scale that back down to a 5 at best. But I'm not the only one that really didn't like the ad. Amid sky-high expectations, the latest television ad from Grayscale Investments has proven a disappointment to many Bitcoiners. The 30-second ad running on business and finance cable TV channels, and there are hopes that it would be unraveled, that could bring crypto investing to millions. But the reaction following the crypto fund manager post the ad to Twitter account on August 10th have been fairly savage. The Twitter video so far racked up 92,000 views and 2,400 likes, but it didn't meet the Bitcoin boosting expectations of many crypto Twitter users, because it simply takes viewers through the history of currency, from seashells to paper. If you haven't seen it, it's not hard to find. My previous video starts off with the Bitcoin ad, so go check that out wherever you may. I can't believe you spent that much money and didn't say Bitcoin, and actually listed Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic, which is currently under centralized attack in the ad, said Twitter user John Miles. I was hyped for this, and I must say, it was a disappointment. And I have to agree, at the end of the ad, it shows different funds. They have a Bitcoin fund, Bitcoin Cash fund, Ethereum Classic, etc. And yeah, Ethereum Classic has probably been 51% attacked more times than I have fingers. Many criticized Grayscale for the ad's production, saying the song was too loud and stating the music is overlapping the words and most of the audio is unhearable. Now, I don't agree with that one. But again, they never said Bitcoin, and like you have to ask yourself, who is this ad for? Well, institutional investors and anybody that would be investing in a Grayscale to begin with. And most crypto investors, I'd say the vast majority of them are not any kind of institutional investor. We're just going on to Coinbase. We're just going on to Binance. We're just going on to these different exchanges, buying it, hodling it, trading it, mining it, etc. Nobody's really going out of their way for Grayscale. And I threw in the fact that in the video of my review that I think a better ad would be Coinbase. A Coinbase ad would get more people into it than Grayscale would. And really, Coinbase has just been riding on word of mouth ever since their inception. I mean, they have a shill program where you can sign up other people to Coinbase, etc. Never having any kind of ad that I've ever really seen, and I think that would bring more people into the crypto world than this Grayscale ad, which really just talked about the history of money, and then all of a sudden went into and basically was like, now step into the digital world, Grayscale, right? Didn't even say Bitcoin. And I think if you're trying to get a hold of older investors that would likely take Grayscale up on its offer, you would at least want to say Bitcoin in the ad somewhere. Now, I know that they're offering other things like Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash, etc., and many others. But really, you want to rope them in. I mean, take it from Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. Rope them in with those good stocks, those blue chip stocks, and then sell them the dirt, like the penny stocks, like the Zcash and the Ethereum Classic, etc. As most people that would even reply to this Bitcoin ad have probably heard the word Bitcoin. Whether you're at work and somebody was like, hey, have you heard of this Bitcoin thing? It's worth $10,000, right? And you'd be like, I don't know about that. Tell me more about it. So you've probably heard Bitcoin, but not Zcash. Why would you even advertise for Zcash or Ethereum Classic? Anybody that's getting into Bitcoin or in this institutional world cares nothing about Zcash whatsoever. If you know about Zcash, you are already into the crypto world, and you've probably already got various exchange accounts, and you don't need Grayscale. It's just a poor ad. They just didn't think about it very much at all. But Grayscale, if you want a little bit of extra help, MrSotko@gmail.com. Get a hold of me. I'll go with... let's just go with an even 100,000 a year, and I'll help you work on a better ad. 100,000 a year. No, that's negotiable. We might be able to go down to 90, but I'm gonna bust your balls a little bit. We might be able to meet in the middle. 95,000, not a big deal. I was expecting much more than this," said Backstreet Trader. "It doesn't compel me to take any action. It has a so what vibe." Perhaps Crypto Bitlord best summed it up with the feelings by saying this ad is shit. I agree. A few members of the crypto community have taken the opportunity to poke fun in the investment firm. This parody video from satirist Josh Cincinnati overdubs the voiceover. And basically at the end it says, "We don't give an F what you buy, just buy some." Somebody voiced over the ad. And then somebody made another one where like halfway through it, there's just this random person screaming Bitcoin on it, because you should have said Bitcoin at some point during this ad, because who are you trying to reach exactly? So not many people like this at all. I was looking on Reddit and the comments weren't really that great, and it just makes sense. I mean, the ad is just terrible. Watch the ad. I will post the link or something in the description for my previous video, or in the top of the comments I'll pin it or something like that. If I remember, come on, get real. But let's take a look at my video here, the Grayscale Bitcoin TV commercial review. Again, this is the video, and it's at the beginning. If you haven't seen it yet, you've been living under a rock, and that's okay. I managed to actually pause the video right here where my eyes are closed, and that is quite the candid shot. In fact, if I wasn't so lazy, I would take this and put that as my new thumbnail for my channel, but too lazy, so probably won't happen. So let's check out some comments here. The ad was decent. Would have been better if they ended it with CSW, Craig Wright, is a liar and a fraud. Oh, Mr. Squiggle, thanks for that one. No wonder that's the highest, with a total of 6 likes. It gets the point across. At least one of those listed can't be used as traditional currencies due to fees. I think they're referring to Bitcoin. They seem to be advertising crypto as traditional currencies. Loved it. Grateful to Grayscale for spending money on the space in general. It's perfect for raising awareness and making crypto a household name. That's sort of an oddball one because everybody else really didn't like it. That was something from the 90s or something. Like some dude bro was the creative on the idea of this commercial. It's very amateur. If you want to get some mass into crypto, it needs to be more professional, in my opinion. At least it's something to get maybe more people into crypto. I'm looking forward to your reply in 4 to 6 weeks. It was a nice history lesson, but not really educating people on what crypto is. Yeah, exactly. They were just saying that crypto, that basically the economy started off with seashells, and then it went to gold and silver, and then we printed too much and we lost all the value. Buy crypto. Why? Why is crypto better? What is crypto? What is Bitcoin? They didn't even mention Bitcoin. I understand they have to make the ad in like a 30-second increment, for TV spots and just in terms of their budget, etc. But I think because they took like 25 seconds to talk about regular money, and then about 5 seconds to say buy crypto. So it was terrible. At least it's a door to BTC. And then somebody just saying that the Ramones, because the Ramones are in it. Commercial for crypto traders only. I don't know what that means, but I agree, 5 out of 10. Horrible commercial. In my opinion, the music was too loud. The point doesn't come across to noobs. It's more of a commercial for people in crypto. And if you're already into crypto, then you probably already have some kind of exchange account or something like that, and you don't need Grayscale at all to buy that. We have DeFi if you just want to put money into it for interest, which I don't really recommend DeFi right now. Although in the future, it'll definitely transform into something far better. You could put money onto Coinbase and get interest, although not much. This would have to be the worst marketing advert I've ever seen. You would think all the money Grayscale have, they would at least have had a marketing department, and I'm not a kindergarten. Okay. I agree. With all the money they have, they should have mentioned Bitcoin at least once. Are they trying to just get people to call, and then they'll try to get them into something else that isn't Bitcoin? And if they were trying to get them into Bitcoin first, why wouldn't you mention it in the ad? Again, I have to repeat, take a lesson from Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. In the movie and in real life, he would basically rope in customers with blue chip stocks like Apple and Google or whatever was around at the time. I don't know, the good stuff. And then you would sell them garbage like the penny stocks where they would make the most of their money, which I would imagine would be like the Ethereum and Zcash and stuff like that. Because why even put Zcash on the ad? Really, I don't know. Moving on. Trump says He's seriously considering a capital gains tax cut. What does this have to do with cryptocurrency? Well, trade enough on Coinbase and then get that tax return and get charged that good old capital gains tax for selling too early. And you'll know why. President Donald Trump said he's very seriously considering a capital gains tax cut. He decided against last September after saying it wouldn't do enough to help the middle class. We're looking at also considering a capital gains tax cut, which could create a lot more jobs, he said. Which, capital gains tax creating more jobs, tax cut? No. I mean, I'm no economist, right? I disagree with that. I think that's just a tax cut for the rich. Trading stocks and in the stock world and the investment world, which are just primarily rich people for the most part. Although some people have some stock, that's fine. It's primarily for the rich. However, for us crypto traders who are trading constantly on Coinbase, that is super good. The president can't unilaterally cut the 20% long-term capital gains rate without Congress, but some advisors tell him he could issue an executive order that would slash tax bills for investors when they sell assets. The move, known as indexing capital gains to inflation, adjust the original purchase price of an asset when it is sold so no tax is paid on appreciation tied to inflation. Revamping capital gains taxes through a rule or executive order likely would face legal challenges, a concern that reportedly prompted former George Bush administration to drop a similar plan. Trump, facing an impasse on Capitol Hill over coronavirus relief, has recently tapped his presidential authority to bypass Congress. Trump issued an executive order on Saturday that would delay the deadline to submit payroll taxes for millions until the end of the year. He said that hopes Congress will forgive those tax debts, but absent legislation, those payments will still be required by extended by the end of the year. At the end of the year, you'd have to just pay those back. So Trump wants to cut capital gains pretty much completely to the rate of inflation, essentially, would be like 3%. And that would be great for all crypto traders. If you're trading any more than like $10,000 or something like that, and you rack up $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in trades, that's all capital gains, and you're going to owe a lot at the end of the year. So that is good news. Now, that hasn't completed entirely yet, but if it does, that is certainly amazing news for all crypto traders. That will save you more money than making a good few trades here and there. So that is absolutely huge if that comes to be true. Now, Adam, definitely not Satoshi back. Bitcoin is enough. Satoshi should stay out. In a Cointelegraph interview, Adam Back provided additional clarity on his perceived Bitcoin maximalism. Blockstream CEO, which Blockstream is just a third party, to make third party transactions for Bitcoin, and they believe in small block sizes. And they're one of the people that fought essentially for small block sizes, which is amazing. So if Adam Back is actually Satoshi, he basically just sold out his own project so that they could make some money by doing third-party transactions for Bitcoin. But enough of that. He believes that Bitcoin is enough and that there is no need for a multitude of derivative projects, which I agree with on a lot of the currencies. Back said, I think it's like TCP/IP. The internet exists. We don't need 5,800 TCP/IP copies trying to monetize and profiteer off pumponomics or such, which is weird coming from a Blockstream employee to say that they don't need to monetize and profit off of pumps and such, which is exactly what they do with a small block size. But okay, it detracts from value. I gather there are about 5,800 altcoins as of today. It's modular. He says they should focus on Bitcoin instead. It's modular. You can build anything you want using it. And if you're trying to innovate, go ahead and innovate. Adding Bitcoin as electronic cash for the internet. Which I don't agree with that exactly, because you can't build anything on it, because it's smart. Its smart contract ability is extremely, extremely, extremely limited. Basically, nobody does anything using Bitcoin aside from payments. Discussing Satoshi rumors, Back noted that it would be unwise for Satoshi to reveal himself. I'm not sure if that would be a wise idea for him, he says, nor for Bitcoin. Yet Back agreed that even if Satoshi were to come back, he would likely not be able to take back control of Bitcoin's development. Yes, I think Bitcoin is decentralized enough to reject Satoshi views if he went nuts. Yes and no. I think that a lot of people would listen to Satoshi. I think if Satoshi was like, I want 4 MB block sizes, I took the code and I added 4 MB block sizes. I'm putting it up on the GitHub or on this website or that website. I am Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto. Everybody agrees, right? Like, let's say there was evidence and you just can't disagree. You're like, okay, that definitely is Satoshi Nakamoto. This guy is definitely Satoshi Nakamoto. And he was like, I want 4 MB block sizes. And he's like, here, you can get it on my website. I think a lot of people would switch over. I really do. I think if it was actually Satoshi Nakamoto, I think a lot of people would listen to him. That's just my 2 cents on that. Finally, we asked back if there are any crypto or blockchain projects other than Bitcoin that he likes. He noted a fondness for some technologies, but again, refused to name any names. There are some technologies I like: informal security, cryptography like bulletproofs, simplicity, formal provable smart contracting, Ethereum, kind of. Some privacy tech. I don't like to name coins, though some have deployed tech I invented over the years. Back's maximalism is unlikely to win him many friends in the crypto space. However, with Blockstream dominating Bitcoin discourse, perhaps he does not need friends, only followers. Again, yeah, Blockstream is interesting. I just thought that would be an interesting article to read, what Adam Back thinks about various things. But that's about all I have for you guys today. Heading on over to CoinMarketCap. We're a bit lower than we were yesterday as well. Everything's sort of retracing downwards after that explosive move to $12,000, up from $9,000 in a matter of, a week or two. Even Chainlink coming on back down from its high of like 1440 or so down to 1287. But not unusual. Welcome to crypto if you're wondering why the prices are going down. Welcome to crypto. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, I'll see you guys next time.